are so psyched to have our friend Anwar Ali back on the show for a third time. Jackie and I have done the math, and you're like in the top 5 of people that have been on the show like the most.
Most.
Well, that excites me. I want to come back even more.
You have a
I want to be number one.
So we're really excited, and since you've come on the show, you have been talking about this movie that we're doing this week called Killjoy.
I had a moment last night where I said to myself, "Oh wait, we really doing this movie? like, great, perfect." I said, "I gotta watch Killjoy." Yeah.
I was just proud of myself that I didn't text or call Jackie in the midst. I was like, no, she just got to experience this on her own.
I was waiting for it. I was like, what? I guess she hasn't watched it yet because I'm sure I'm going to get something. Because when we did
Demon Night.
Demon Night. Oh, my phone was blowing up while Danielle was watching that one.
But it's for different reasons, right? Because Demon Night they're very different kind of films. Very different.
Yes.
One you have to see to believe.
Yeah, I can't wait for us to do that episode. But in the meantime, I'm glad that like when you come on, you have brought us 2 like mainly Black horror movies, which we love. And we're in spooky season, so we figured we would ask you. Well, I'm really gonna ask all of us because I didn't give us a question. I think we might need time for this one. But if you could take any 90s, 2000s horror movie and recast it with an entirely Black cast, which movie would you do, and who would you cast predominantly in it? And it doesn't have to be pure horror, just like it could be spooky as well.
I have my movie. I just have to create my cast now. I need a pen.
Do you have to cast it as if it came out at the time? So, like, if it's a movie from like '93, do I have to cast it as if it's actors from '93, or can I cast it as if it was today?
Ooh, that's a good question. No, I think I'm going to pigeonhole us and say we're going to find actors in that time frame.
Perfect. Okay.
Try to find a pen. Oh boy.
I'm really excited about this question.
Oh, you are? Yeah, and I always love that I come up with these questions and I never have an answer for myself, but that's okay. Okay, so I could go first.
Okay.
Perfect.
I would redo Practical Magic, mainly because I feel like we still haven't gotten, especially around that time frame, but we still haven't gotten a proper witch movie with Black females, I think. And I would, of course, have Angela Bassett be Sandra Bullock's role. And then I was like, who could play an unhinged sister very well? And I was like, Kimberly Jai Walker. Jay Walker. Is it Jay or Jai?
Kimberly?
Yeah.
Or Paula J.
Parker. Sorry, Parker. I'm like Walker. Jay. I think it's Jay. And then for the kids, Keke Palmer, of course, playing her Angela Bassett's daughter. And then Amanda Seales, because I think she was young enough at that time. And I just want to hear a sassy one-liner out of her. I just think of My Brother and Me at that time. Perfect.
Yeah,
I haven't thought of a guy to play Aidan Quinn's role. But I mean, with those women, I don't think it would really matter who I would put in there. Could be about anybody.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have it. It would have to be like in New Orleans or somewhere Black. There's no way that they're going to be off the coast of Rhode Island or wherever the hell that movie takes place. But yeah, that's what I would want.
Okay.
What about you guys?
I would do Scream, but see, my Scream is going to be directed by John Singleton.
Ooh.
Because it's Wes Craven, so like the horror master of the 90s. So I had to get a black cinema master who just never really did horror. So John Singleton, and then so Nev Campbell is Nia Long, and I was thinking the same thing though, Paula J. Parker, because it was weird because they were all like 45 playing teenagers in that movie. So in a way, like Paula J. Parker would be Tatum and Paula J. Parker would get stuck in the garage. And then I was thinking, who was it? Courtney Cox
Mm-hmm.
would be Erica Alexander or Max from Living
From
Single.
Living
Because I was
Single,
like, you
yeah.
got it, friends, Living Single, you got to get one of them in the movie.
Yes.
And like I don't know where it would take place, but I just think it would be fun to have a bunch of black people trying to survive a horror movie with the rules of white people when they're black and it's like an all black film. It's kind of like, I mean, recently that film The Blackening is out, but I mean like it's
Yeah,
even more funny when you don't even talk about the blackness. Just like how do we fit into these white horror movie worlds where we were never in, you know?
right.
Yeah.
Because it's like I was thinking about some of the other horror movies and I was like, we would never just be in that situation ever.
Right.
It
Right. And then with like Scream, and if you've seen any of the films that came after, it just gets more complicated and like how it all connects and everything. So it's like this is something black people would never be in this situation. I don't believe that like the boyfriend is cheating with the mom and the mom is like
yeah.
what are you talking about? I don't
And I'm not
so
answering the phone if I can't if you call me the first time, I'm not answering the phone the second time.
hanging
Yeah.
up, not gonna even
Yeah.
answer. So it's like let's see how we can explore that.
What about you, Jackie?
I did From Dusk Till Dawn.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So in George Clooney's role, I have Morris Chestnut.
Okay.
In Quentin Tarantino's role, I have Damon Wayans question mark. I needed someone like kind of quirky and like the comedy relief. And I just adore Damon Wayans, so I'll watch him in anything. Selma Hayek's role I gave to Tyra Banks because she
Oh.
doesn't say a lot. She just is half naked.
just move.
Yeah, just move and have big boobies. That's all we need you to do, Tyra. And then Danny Trejo's character, I casted Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, I like it. I was just looking at clips From Dusk to Dawn for something else.
I love George
I
Clooney in that movie.
I saw a clip of it recently. I haven't seen it in so long, and I wonder what it actually would feel like to watch it again. Like
Yeah.
it feels like a movie of a very specific time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, I can't believe they got away with some of this. And is that her foot in his mouth?
Mm-hmm.
He
Because he has a foot
literally,
fetish.
it's so
So
nasty.
gross.
Not the foot fetish, because I'm not yucking anybody's yum, but the fact that he keeps writing that shit into all of his movies, like, please stop.
He's
Please.
abusing his power.
Yeah,
At this point.
gross.
So
Him and Dan Schneider should just get in a room and do stuff to each other and leave us the rest alone.
play with each other's feet.
Yeah. Lord. So, why I skipped over catching up with you, see what's new. I know we're still in the middle of a actor strike.
Yeah.
How has this been going? I know for us, we're not actors, but we want to die and we're not even getting paid to be actors. So,
Well, it's interesting. It's an interesting place for me because I had my biggest job come out. It hasn't officially come out yet, but like I did the job and it's been pushed back because they need us to promote it. So it's just been weird. It's like, when is this gonna happen? And I've like blocked that out of my head in some ways. It's like, okay, that was a moment in my life and eventually it's gonna come back. So that's cool. But it's also doubly weird because I create content and sometimes I use film and television, it's like very limited on what I can talk about and how I can talk about it.
yeah.
I've had to get specific approval from SAG-AFTRA on if I could speak about certain things and to what extent I could speak about those things. And that's been weird because it's changed my direction on like how I create content. Um, because that's also been like the thing. It's like when I'm not acting, at least I could create content. It's like, oh, now I have to be very specific and intentional about how I create content now. So that's been a big shift for me, but I think that it's absolutely necessary the time that we're in.
Yeah.
And it feels good to be a part of the industry right now, especially like really taking my first big steps in the industry. I feel like things are preparing for me in the way that I need them to because AI is scary.
Yeah.
The idea of doing films with AI is scary. Like, you mean I just you could put me in any movie and I wasn't there? That's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah.
So us just having those conversations now, I think is vital and necessary, and I think it's weird because I mean I wrote a film and it premiered at a festival and I couldn't talk about it and I actually won an award for my writing, and so it's just like
Oh,
it's one of those kind of like, but careers are still moving forward. Things are still happening because it's about the work. It's not always about the promotional aspects of it. It's not always about talking about it because I always heard like check back in a year and you'll see who's really been working. And I think this is a time for us to see like what has been percolating under the surface for everybody and that
yeah.
things will recover and it will be better than they've ever been. And I think that this is an important time in the industry. I'm just happy to be able to witness it because it's going to be
Yeah.
historic. It's going to be historic.
It is, and we're just glad because we're getting your time while we can. I just know it's gonna be a time where you'll be like, "Love you guys, but baby, I'm booked and busy. Sorry."
Well,
And
thank
that's
you for speaking
okay.
that. Thank you for speaking that life over to me. I claim it and I receive it. Yes, one day I'm gonna be too busy to come, but I'm gonna always come back whenever I can because
You're
this
gonna
was
come back with
fun.
another movie to make us watch that we're like, what are we watching?
That's what I'm good for. Have y'all seen this? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we've been trying to pivot and figure out stuff, and, luckily this movie is very independent and not associated with any struck companies. We've been thinking of different topics. I told Jackie the other day, I was like, girl, I need this strike to be over. I just made a post about Y2K cowgirl aesthetic. I don't know what I'm doing no more. I don't even know what that is.
I've been talking about America's Next Top Model.
I know, I've been watching.
And like really into it too. I'm like, let's talk about it. Like,
Let's do your employee picks for this time around. 3 movies from 1995 to 2005.
And I have last time you were on with us, you chose Eve's Bayou, Ghost Ship, and The Full Monty.
I'd be picking the most random things. The first movie you said 1995. So my first pick, I have to say, the Babysitter's Club movie from 1995
Yes.
with Ellen Burstyn for some reason, and then the Elijah Wood movie Flipper, and then I'm feeling like I'm in a very family friendly mood, so I'm gonna go with A Simple Wish, the movie Mara Wilson did. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It feels like it's not a real movie.
I love that you chose family friendly movies as the trailer to Killjoy.
Yes.
It all balances out.
Well, it feels like movies I saw on VHS.
Yes, I love it.
Yes.
And why don't you tell everybody where they can find you on social?
You can find me on both TikTok and Instagram at the Anwar Ali, TheAnwarAli. You can see a lot of America's Next Top Model videos if you follow me.
I'm going to go down a rabbit hole tonight. I'm excited.
And don't forget to check us out at No More Late Fees on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Threads. And stay tuned for our Killjoy episode with Anwar later this week.
And as always, be kind and rewind.